Welcome everybody to my latest video. So for this video, I thought I'd go over an issue I solved after many weeks, possibly months. Now, if you've been watching my videos regarding my Sega Lindbergh Universal Cab and my multi-Taito hardware setup, you'll know that there's an issue I've been having. My camera seems kind of lopsided. Just getting used to recording on this new phone here. Galaxy S8 Plus. Just got in. This is my first video recording with it. Anyways, the issue I was having is I would turn on the system. Everything would power up fine, no problem. And then what would happen is right before I would get to the setup screen, the signal will go out. I would have no picture. It would be, signal lost. And what I would have to do, let me show you. Let me get my keys here. Go ahead and open this up. Is the right key? Yep. All right. So I would power it up. Everything would go fine. And then right before I get to the game select screen, I would get no signal. And what I would have to do is I would have to take the video connection from here and plug it into the other port. Once I did that, it would recognize the signal and then I get a picture back. So that's what I had to do whenever I wanted to play. And at first I thought, okay, maybe it's a bad cable. I replaced the cables. I thought, that didn't work. So then I thought, okay, maybe it's the video card. I replaced the video card. Not cheap, but I guess at least now I have a spare. That didn't work. So I'm thinking, geez, what the heck is going on here? And then I thought, okay, well, maybe it's just the monitor. And there's really nothing I can do about that. I tried to replace the monitor, and if you see my past videos, you'll know that didn't quite work out. I now have a very expensive monitor sitting up in my closet that's just going to be a spare for a future project. But, even though I could play the game, it was just a pain in the ass having to open this up, switch back and forth. I was just like, what the heck? Well, I finally got this issue solved. Now, if you're having the same issue, hopefully this video will help. This could just be, just my issue only. Maybe it's a combination of the monitor and the hardware just not syncing up, which is kind of weird when you consider that it does sync up once I switch the input, the connections over there. So again, I don't know, but maybe it's still just, a combination of everything. Who knows? But I did find a way around it. And so far, it works perfectly. So, let's get to that. I'll just get over here. All right. So, like I said, before, I would get the no signal, I didn't even screw this in because I would just pull it out and then pop it in the other one. Now, as you can see, the Taito Type X2 hardware has DVI outputs. So, you need a DVI cable and a monitor that has DVI connections. Well, I tried to go straight DVI to DVI on my monitor. My monitor has DVI and VGA connections. So I tried to go DVI to DVI. That didn't work. Thought, okay, that's really weird. So then what I used to do is I went DVI to VGA and then, VGA to VGA. And that would work with the exception of the issue of having to switch back and forth. So, again, I'm almost thinking the main problem is the hardware somewhere in there. I can't figure it out, but I finally found a fix. So, even though I went DVI to VGA to monitor, still had the issue. How did I get around it? Well, had to do a little connection chain merry-go-round here. So, I go DVI to VGA adapter. Okay, so it's... let me show you just so you can... there you can see. Let me just screw this back in. Alright, so... Then, yeah. Oh, that one's not. Screw that. Alright, so DVI to VGA. VGA all the way to this bad boy right here. And what this is, as you can see, it's a PC to HD TV converter. And you can see right there, it says VGA to HDMI 720p 1080p upscaler. So, DVI, VGA, VGA cable to this upscaler, which is, just showing you guys here, VGA in, to HDMI out. And on the opposite side of this HDMI cable, is a VGA connection. So HDMI to VGA to the monitor. And using this upscaler works. Now the thing about this is it needs its own power supply. That little cable right there. I guess you can jerry-rig something into your arcade power supply, but I didn't want to do that. So I just, left it right there. I really didn't want to do that because I didn't even know if this was going to work. If I was 100% sure it was going to work, then I would have, hacked into or, tapped into the power supply down here, but oh well. So yeah. And then also, probably, it's not focusing in because it's so small, but right here, there's a button for 720 or 1080p. My monitor, I think I have it on 720. Can't remember. But yeah, you just press that button to go back and forth. So, it's not pretty, but it does work. Now, as you know, the Taito Type X2 hardware needs its own power supply. So I just got everything plugged in right there. So you got the cable to the cabinet, the cable to the Taito hardware, and then that last little input right there, that's the cable that goes to your upscaler. So yeah, let's go ahead and put this bad boy on, and we'll show you how it works. Alright, my keys. Alright, so let's get to it. Pop this bad boy on. Let's get rid of some light here. Just have a seat. That's normal. See, initially it says no signal. And you can see 1280 by 720 on a monitor, 1280, 720 on the scaler. Now, normally right here is where I wasn't going to get a picture and I would have to switch back and forth. There, now you see it found the signal. And boom, there we are. Now the difference I notice is before, this menu was really small. It only go to about right here. And you can actually see behind it, if I remember correctly, it said Taito type multi, I think, or type X2, can't remember. But now the screen is really big. So, seems to work. I mean, let's Continuum Shift. I've been playing that game a lot. And there we go. Very nice. So there you are. You know, I found a way to solve this issue. It works for me. Hopefully it'll work for you too. If you have any questions, let me know. Until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.